Hi everyone, welcome to today's reading. It's the new moon in Aquarius. I'm pulling right on top of it, so I think this is going to be a helpful and useful reading, hopefully. So let's get started with the pre-shuffle. Opening up with one of the cards we've discussed a few times. This Knight of Pentacles, this idea of something coming in for you, something good, something valuable, represented by this pentacle that seems to have been taking forever, right? I think people almost feel at the end of their ropes. There's almost a Nine of Wands kind of feeling I'm getting off of this. People kind of being right at the place where they're about to give up, right? I'd say be careful of that impulse in this particular energy that's here for January. It came through clearly in the monthly reading. It's come through clearly in the weekly readings that the energy is here for stability of some kind, represented by this pentacle, to enter your life. And it's something material. I don't know what it's going to be for everyone. But if there's some element of your material life, maybe you don't like where you live and you want to move, maybe you want a new job, maybe you had to deplete your savings, as many people had to during this pandemic for many different reasons, right? Maybe there's been some kind of illness and you're waiting for like some kind of insurance payout. I don't know. It's going to be different for everyone, right? This is coming in. The Knight of Pentacles is the most frustrating energy. It can feel that way because it takes forever, but it's also the most reliable knight. Always gets to its destination, right? So keep faith in that. Here we have the Knight of Swords, right? Remember I said, don't worry about the speed, right? This is the fastest Knight of Swords. So this has been a theme that's coming up, the idea that things are going to change very quickly. Things are going to pick up speed and steam very quickly, right? The Knight of Swords usually carries messages. There's some maybe difficult truth sometimes that has to be spoken. I'm getting just more speed off of this, right? Just more somebody coming in to tell you something, and they might not say it in the right tone, but I'm getting a heavy energy here with two knights, right? That there are going to be messages coming into you from different sources about different things, right? So an Eight of Wands has come out a few times as being important, like the idea of fast moving action and communication. Here it is, here are the knights coming in, right? And here we have the Knight of Wands, right? Three knights, right? Messengers coming in to deliver something to you. It's unclear what right now. Knight of Wands is can be a bit flighty, a bit in and out. So something that's coming in, I beg your pardon, is going to maybe fluctuate, maybe not seem reliable. And I think this is why, this Empress here, I think it's intimidating, right? And I think it's influencing these knights. I think this knight represents an energy of, let me test the waters, let me, be in and out, be kind of a bit unreliable. So if the Empress isn't impressed by me, I can kind of run away and like save my ego. Someone else might just race in and blurt something out, right? Just, they have to get up over that intimidation. And when after they work themselves up, they can't quite balance it. And they say something that maybe doesn't come off the right way, but it's true. Whatever they say, it's going to be true. So focus on that. Most importantly, somebody's coming with something of value, right? Yeah. Tower is here. This is unsurprising with this energy of these three knights, right? Like these three messages represent like quite a lot of sudden change, right? Oops. Sorry, I'm kind of clumsy today. They represent a lot of sudden change, right? And I can see how that could manifest itself as feeling like a tower, right? So stability is coming, but sometimes when these moments of change come in, it feels so unstable. I pulled a reading for myself yesterday, and the energy of the world came out, showing a cycle is closing, and then the Fool came out 3 times, right? 3 times. showing that something is a new beginning is here. Like fully, we're in that new energy, right? But remember that the fool jumps off a cliff, right? It's scary. You don't know if you're gonna get caught, right? That's the point of the fool energy. You take a leap of faith and you have no idea what's gonna happen next, right? It can feel like a tower. And I think this tower applies more to maybe some of the people in your lives, because that's another theme we've been talking about, this idea that, you know, some of our relationships might have to change, right? Yeah, towers are going to be striking because I think there's an energy of withdrawal here that's been coming through clearly as well. Not always with the Four of Swords, but it's been here in these readings clearly that someone has felt the need to kind of separate themselves from some of the things and people in their life. This Empress energy that's rising up in the collective, I think it's causing towers to strike. And remember, towers don't always have to be bad, right? This Knight of Swords, right? Sometimes it's called a tower at a person's hand, you know? Someone says something and it causes upheaval, you know? I think that's an element here as well, right? It's an element here as well. So be on the lookout for messages. That's clear as day, that people want to talk to you. People want to bring you things, right? People are attracted to this Empress energy. So stay in this. It can be hard sometimes. Like I said, I think people have been battered by the last few years with this pandemic and the related issues. It's hard to feel like things are going to be abundant, right? But the energy is here. The energy is here, right? Let's see. Oops. Let me shuffle this a bit more. Try and see if I can get a bit deeper into this energy before I pull the cards, right? And so what we just looked at is just the surface, and it's very, very promising. So if you've been sitting there feeling like, okay, I need something to change, I need something to come in, I need a break, right? I think that's the word I've been looking for, that people feel like they need something to break in their favor, right? That energy is here. It's here, right? So be prepared to discuss things and to feel offers and to talk to people. And remember that it's not always going to go smoothly with that Knight of Swords and Knight of Wands. And even that frustration from that Knight of Pentacles might make people irritable. So look out for that, right? Look out for that. Don't sabotage your opportunities when they come. Yeah, this idea of balance coming in, but real world balance, right? Six of Pentacles. It might even just mean balancing the books. Like I said, you know, with this inflation that's happened over the past like year and a half. Right? A lot of people have been in financial difficulty, right? So maybe, you know, this is a sign that the books are going to balance for you, right? Right, shuffle this a bit more. Okay. Yeah, there's that miser energy that's been coming out, yeah. This feeling of having to hold back, and this Four of Pentacles often comes across as an energy of fear, like being afraid you're not gonna have enough, right? That it's kind of a lack mentality, like you hold on so tightly to what you have, and there's this constant fear that what you have is going to be taken away from you. Messages and other actions are going to come in that's going to change. It's going to change things very quickly. Remember, I said be careful you don't sabotage yourself. This is why. This Four of Pentacles, right? You shuffle just a bit more. I think something flipped over. Let me see. Six of Pentacles. I beg your pardon. Six of Cups. Yeah, something to do with the past and past relationships and how we process them. I think we're at this stage now. Sixes are kind of the most stable band of energy in the minor arcana. Like all the cards are kind of neutral when you think about it, right? Not much happens, not much up and down. I think that's important. I think it's part of the stable energy that's coming in. I don't think these two sixes, Six of Pentacles and Six of Cups, are coincidences here. right? I think there's signs that things are evening out, things are balancing for you materially and emotionally, right? Some of those problems with your past relationships, yeah, that's all going to be evened out somehow. I don't know exactly what that means, but that's the phrase that's coming to mind. Things evening out, right? Yeah, Seven of Pentacles, this idea of a harvest is here, right? Harvest. You planted the seeds, right? You've been waiting for them to ripen. That time is here, right? The harvest is here, right? Right. Yeah. Seven of Cups. All those knights that are coming in, that Eight of Wands that showed up again, you're gonna have a lot of options. Seven of Cups, you're gonna have a lot of options. And this card is here as a warning not to get overwhelmed by it, right? So this card is kind of the theme of the reading I'm gonna pull, right? It's gonna be focused it's gonna focus the reading. I beg your pardon. The Magician, card of action, yeah. You're gonna have to make a choice. For some of you, you're gonna have to make it very quickly, and you're gonna have to act in a way that might require a bit of risk. Maybe even a bit of sleight of hand and maybe some even manipulation with this Magician energy here. But the Magician is a powerful card of change. It can change things very quickly, right? Yes, this figure in the card has all the aces here, right? Each one of the aces is here, so you can start anything. Any new beginning you want is here, right? Any new beginning you want is here. And so here's this Queen of Wands that's been showing up, right? As kind of a problem, right? She's been showing up as a problem, not anymore. The cycle is closed on that, right? Not anymore. I'm going to cut the deck. And I'm going to pull a Celtic cross. That's been going well for me, right? Let's see what we can get out of this, yeah. Ace of Swords is the overall energy, this idea of the truth, right? The truth, a new beginning, that's truthful though. Some of these things that have been muddling things up, these relationships are kind of out balanced because something is just not right. Something's maybe a bit dishonest, right? Not anymore. A new beginning in truth, right? Judgment is here. That World card, the closing of the cycle, yeah, this energy of judgment and the truth is very powerful. It's a sign that the work of examining some of those things from the past, that Six of Cups I said, that's balancing out, this is why. All those problems from the past, they kind of rise up from the grave, you know? They're looked at and they're judged, right? And you can move forward. The next step after judgment is the world, and that's what closes a cycle, right? So what's the issue today? Seven of Pentacles. Why do I keep saying Pentacles? I keep Freudian slipping and saying Pentacles. I think because the idea of this change being material it's very clear. But it's a Seven of Wands, right? This idea of having to stand up for yourself and defend yourself, right? Some of these changes that come in are going to shift a lot in your life. And you're gonna have to set up boundaries around that. And this is the first step of it. Seven of Wands, right? What's the challenge? Temperance. Very interesting. This idea of balance coming in, right? Of being able to combine the difficult elements in your life. That's what the angel is holding two goblets and is combining two kind of substances that shouldn't be able to mix, but this angel energy allows that to happen, right? It's kind of a card of alchemy. So whatever change is coming into your life is going to require some kind of difficult balance, right? That's why you have to make that kind of ascension, for want of a better word, right? Where the Hierophant maybe has been coming out in some readings, right? This idea that It's not going to be as simple as that Six of Pentacles, right? Balancing the books, that will happen, but there's a higher level to it, like a more spiritual level to it. That has to also happen. That's going to be the challenge for some of you. What's the crown of the reading? The star, more beautiful energy. Like Temperance is also a card of healing, and here with the star, that's what I'm getting. Like something difficult is healing right now, right? And it's what's allowing this balance to come in. And I'm getting the sense that the balance is more internal. Yes, those material elements are here with all the pentacles, but this has to do with what's happening inside someone, right? Okay, it's the root of the reading. There's that fool I talked about. If you didn't believe me, right? There's the fool. A new beginning is here. That judgment work, yeah, it's been doing what it's supposed to. The fool is here. And so if you've come across this and you haven't watched the weekly readings, or go back and watch especially the monthly reading, where I lay out, why the energy of January is so powerful and the work that needs to be done to bring about that change. And just go back and watch it. I think we're seeing the fruits of that here. And going back and cycling back forward to this might help someone who feels a bit stuck, right? Who maybe you can't see this yet. Yeah, go back and watch the monthly reading, okay? For January. The fool is here. Remember, this is the root of the reading. It's what's happening in someone's life. This energy is here. So you have to be prepared to take this leap of faith. And what I've been harping on is that this major arcana energy can show up, but it can't really change things. Somebody has to act. This is the energy that's going to allow you to do something, but somebody has to choose and act to take advantage of it, right? What's in the recent past? Queen of Pentacles, right? The stability that we're looking for, it's already kind of here. This is a very hard-working energy. It's an organized energy. It's somebody who isn't easily phased, right? Problems come in and they fix them, right? Without a lot of drama, without a lot of aggression, just very practical, right? The mother of the minor arcana, right? Just runs her household, runs her business, runs whatever, just runs it right? Without a lot of fanfare, very stable energy. It's already here. This Queen of Pentacles energy, it's already here. It's in the near future. Some kind of disappointment though, right? Five of Cups is here, right? Some kind of disappointment. And I can understand why. I wouldn't let this scare me, and here's why. What we've been talking about is our relationships having to shift, right? The Seven of Wands that's here, these boundaries, they're going to change things, right? And with that is going to come, I think, a sense of disappointment. Some people are not going to respond well to it, right? And it's going to be disappointing, right? You're going to be looking at these relationships. That's what these 3 cups represent to me, these 3 overturned cups, right? These relationships that, just couldn't hold up, couldn't stand up to these changes. And whatever was in the cups has been spilled, right? Just don't get stuck in this energy, right? Don't get stuck in this energy of disappointment. 5s in the Tower are temporary anyway, right? Just don't get stuck here. I wouldn't worry about this, right? The too many powerful cards are out. I wouldn't worry about this. All right. So what's in someone's ego, please? Yeah, that idea. Again, the 6s, right? 6 of Swords is here, moving from rough waters to calm waters. This is happening inside you, right? Some of the upheaval, some of these difficulties have caused in your life and internally, right? It's shifting, it's changing, right? You can feel the smoothness, even if it's not here materially. You can't quite feel it in the 3D yet, right? You can't quite see it, you can't quite touch it yet, right? It's happening inside you, the shift. The calm is coming here with Temperance and the Star, right? Okay. So what's in your environment? 2 of Cups. Another card of balance. This is a card of equal relationships, right? So this is an honorable partnership. So whatever you're looking for, if it's romantic love, If it's a different work situation, if it's something to do with your family, maybe a friendship, yeah, something is going to, an energy of creating equality in an important relationship in your life is here, right? This is a good partnership that's fair, that's just, that can be long lasting, right? Where the bond is strong, people are loyal, people are honest, right? Yeah, that's in your environment. Remember, I said that it's already here. Queen of Pentacles is everything's already here. The test here, I think, is this temperance, right? Why it's a challenge. You know, that difficulty of balancing what's ever in these two goblets, right? Or those two different sides of yourself, right? Yin and yang, maybe you might want to call it, right? Devil and angel, however you want to describe it, dark and light, right? That needs to happen. And the test here, I think, is to demonstrate some patience. It's another meaning of temperance, right? To be patient, right? Don't let the anxiety overtake you. That eight of swords has been coming out quite a bit as well, right? The anxiety that can sneak in. Yeah, and the reading I pulled for myself yesterday was a warning for me. Like, the eight of swords came up in reverse, right? And it's like, okay, this anxiety that sometimes comes in, you're getting over that. But the nine of swords also showed up saying, be careful, you're not all the way there. You're not all the way there, right? Do the work. Do the work. All right, what's someone's hopes and fears? There's that tower, right? There's that tower, that knowing that things have to come down, things have to change a lot. It's very scary. This is a very scary card, right? So there's kind of a hope that everything comes down. You can get a fresh start, but there's a fear of, okay, what do I do when that happens? I don't know, right? It's that fool energy. I don't know what's going to happen. The tower and the fool together here in the same reading. It's quite scary. So don't beat yourself up for feeling a bit apprehensive about some of the things that are happening to you, right? If things don't seem like they're going your way and you kind of have this niggling anxiety or this kind of fear that things won't work out. This is very powerful energy, and it can be scary, right? It can be scary. What's the potential final outcome? The Hangman, yeah. It's again about that internal work, right? Yeah, definitely go back and watch the monthly reading if you haven't, right? It's about finding that place of peace inside yourself, even when your situation is uncomfortable, right? Even when your situation is uncomfortable, being able to find that place of inner peace inside you where you can, I don't know if you want to meditate, if you want to call it some kind of self-reflection, yeah, and to get that enlightenment. There's a little bit more work to be done before all of this comes in, right? And with the Hangman, which I think is good, it's a perfect counterbalance to this tower, right? It's the perfect counterbalance to say, go within yourself and find that calm energy, right? Find that peace, find that different perspective, right? The Hangman is about looking at things in your life from a new perspective, a completely different, unexpected angle, right? Find out what that is. Take some time for yourself, someplace quiet, right? And do it regularly for the rest of the month, right? And figure out, how to look at things from a different angle in a way that will empower you to deal with this energy of very intense and sudden change that can be overwhelming, right? Be prepared. All right, that's the reading. Thanks for watching. If you're watching on YouTube, remember to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks so much.